Hari Om. Let's do with the prayer and then start. Om Samasta Jana Kalyani Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsachanora Mardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Tvameva Mata Cha Pita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhuscha Sakha Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Tvameva Sarvam Gurudeva Deva. We are now in the final session of today's. We understand what is Tat and what is Tvam, and how the equation Tattvamasi is valid only from the point of absolute nature. As long as this body, mind and intellect is there, that means it is there because of the prarabdha karma, because the body itself is due to my past actions and what I brought into this life because of to exhaust in this life. That's what is called prarabdha. So the body is made up of things that are conducive to exhaust the particular vasanas that are ready or that is getting germinated. So arrow has been shot as though, and the body will continue as long as the karma is still there. So when I recognize that I am pure Satchidananda, I understand it. But the understanding comes at two levels. One is called the Paroksha Jnanam, and other is called Aparoksha Jnanam. Paroksha Jnanam is understanding, as J. Krishnamurti puts it beautifully, it's an understanding as a thought. Yeah, I understand clearly, intellectually I can comprehend, I see the logic of it, I see everything fits properly, and there is nothing illogical. Therefore it's clear, it's a pure I am consciousness and that's Brahman, everything is good. But this remains at the Paroksha Jnanam. Paroksha Jnanam is intellectual understanding and that is just called Jnanam. Technically just a jnana, knowledge. I have knowledge of Brahman, I have knowledge of Jiva, I have knowledge of what is Jiva Swarupam, Brahma Swarupam. I can even talk and give talks and lectures and all that. Quote Gita from one end to the other end. Upanishads, everything I know. This, I'll give a simple example. Somebody has visited during vacation, South America somewhere, and came back and says, Aji, I saw a beautiful bird, very rare bird indeed. Really? What's that? It's called agau bird. I don't know if you heard of agau birds. I don't think so anyway. It's called agau bird because it's A-G-A-U, agau. Because one wing looks like silvery, that's Ag. Ag in chemistry is not silver. And another wing looks like gold, that's Au. So it's a peculiar bird, and he gave me complete description of one end to the other end of the bird. All how much size, how it looks like and all that. Now I know. What I know? What is agau bird? I can also give lecture now. What's agau bird? I have jnanam. But I have not seen agau bird. But I know everything about agau bird. So I went somehow once to South America, and I was going through the forest. They have rainforest there. And suddenly I saw a bird with one side silvery and side gold. A bird exactly the same way as he described. Now I have direct knowledge. Hey, this is the ago bird that he was talking about. Right? If I have seen just the ago bird without the previous knowledge, I would have just got, hey, this is some beautiful bird. I don't know what it is. Hey, this is a peculiar bird with silver and all the details, but I don't know about it. But now I have the knowledge of what a go bird is, and when I saw that bird there, immediate knowledge dropped into me as though this is the ago bird that gentleman told long time ago. Now I have Vijnanam. A Jnanam substantiated by my individual experience. I can have experience without Jnanam. If I know just I saw a bird, I don't know anything about it. And it's a very good bird, beautiful bird. I don't know anything about that species. I can have Jnanam without Vijnanam. All indirect knowledge. But I have experience of the bird with that because of the previous knowledge that I have gained about the bird. Clear? 7th chapter is called Jnana Vijnana Yoga. 7th chapter of Gita is this. So I should have the knowledge, and if I see what the Vedanta is point out, then it is immediate recognition of what Vedanta is saying. Yes, indeed. I can have the experience without the knowledge. I can have the knowledge without experience. But here it's an experiential knowledge, but it's not experience of something like something else. So, you know, one foreigner came to India. He says, hey, I heard mango is a very good sweet bird, sweet fruit, peculiar in India. I want to eat, and he was eating mango there. And he was saying, I want to eat mango, I want to experience that. So he is having experience without the knowledge that he is eating mango. But experience with the, I know this is mango and I am going to enjoy it. He has now experience of what he knows. So there is a Jnanam and Vijnanam. It's called, first is called Paroksha Jnanam. Remember in the 10th man story, 10th man exists. He is alive, he is there right here. It's called the Paroksha Jnanam. You are the 10th man becomes Aparoksha Jnana. Because it's immediately available. Vedanta is very so scientific. Paroksha means indirect, right? And what is direct is Pratyaksha, not Aparoksha. Pratyaksha is direct experiences of everything. But it's not experience of anything, but at the same time it's not like Pratyaksha Pramana, I cannot see you or myself, but at the same time it's not that experience also, therefore it uses Aparoksha Jnana word. Means it is immediate, direct, at the same time it's not an object for you to experience, something to experience, it is a realization that I am that indeed. So what happens is the problem of not able to abide in the knowledge is I have Paroksha Jnanam. Yes, intellectually I understand it, but not Aparoksha Jnanam because I am not able to abide in the knowledge that I am indeed that. So if I ask how many people have realized, so Swamiji, I understand I am not realized yet. So realization is some state that I want to reach. Or some people say, oh, they have some kind of unique experience. It's not that kind of experience. Then you will be looking for, because once you have experience, you want to long for that experience again. It's not that. It's a clear cut understanding, I am Brahman. Understanding as an understanding, not as a thought, but as a fact. That's a statement by J. Krishnamurti. It's not an understanding as a thought, but it's an understanding as a fact. Fact is not a belief. I believe I know Brahman. No. Belief is different. So when I say light travels at such and such a speed, I give some number, it's just a fact. Oh, I don't believe so. That's your problem, not light's problem. Light travels, that's a fact, whether you believe it or not. So when say I am pure consciousness, limitless, is a fact that Vedanta points out. But if I don't believe it, that's because I am not abiding in the knowledge, I am not able to make that knowledge as mine. It's only as an indirect knowledge. Why? People spend years of studying Vedanta and all that and still say, I have not realized. Because realization involves, for them, objectification. I have to realize something. When is the time you are not realizing yourself? When is the time you don't know yourself? Are you looking for yourself anywhere else? But yet, I am still looking. That problem is, number one, and Krishna points out this in the 4th chapter. I'm going to take the sloka. Agnyasya ashraddhadhanasya samsayatma vinasyati. This is a sloka in the 40th sloka. Nayam lokosti naparaha nasukam samsayatmanaha. So here he qualifies the problem of why people say, I have not realized. One is agnyasa, one they don't know. So that can be solved only by knowing it. How do you know it? You cannot know yourself. So tad vijnana artam sa gurumeva abhigatchet samitpanihi sotriyam. This is from Mundaka Upanishad again. So one of the beautiful Upanishads. Pariksha lokan karmachitan brahmanon irveda mayan nascha krutena. So one, I have realized that I am not getting what I want in this world after examining pariksha. Then what should I do? Tad vijnana artam sa gurum eva abhigatchet. For that to know, go to teacher alone. Scripture is telling you, don't come to me. Go to scripture. Go to a teacher who is samitpanihi sotriyam brahmanishtam. You go with the teacher in the attitude of service. Samitpan means along with the firewood. At that time firewood is required. Now you can bring checkbooks. That's a different thing. So samitpani sotriyam brahmanishtam. One who knows the scriptures and who is abiding in the knowledge. Brahmanishtam. So thank God you told me. Now I am looking for the teacher who is abiding in the knowledge. You can never find. Because I told you can never evaluate anybody whether he is abiding in the knowledge or not. So, then scripture is telling you. Therefore, you approach a teacher with an assumption that he is realized. Whether he realized or not is not point. I cannot evaluate anyway. So he has realized. Therefore, I have Shraddha in his words. You follow? What I need is Shraddha. And what he teaches is true. What is Shraddha? Shankara defines is Shastrasya Guru Vakyasya Satya Buddhyavadharana Sa Shraddha. The Vivekachudamani says Shastrasya Guru Vakyasya. Shastra and interpreted by the teacher is indeed true. That faith I should have, and that is what is Shraddha. So here Ajñasya means the one who does not have the knowledge. How do I gain knowledge? Says Srotavyaha, Mantavyaha, Nididhyasitavyaha. This again scripture says, this Yajnavalkya teaching to his wife, you have to listen to the scriptures, Srotavyaha. How long? Until that how long itself is not drops out. Until I understand. Mantavyaha. So it's a prolonged length of time under a competent teacher. Oh, I listened yesterday, I had enough. That's good. If you realize, no problem. If not, then come back again. So, according to this, you have to listen until it is crystal clear, no more doubts. Therefore, Mantavyaha, contemplate until there are no questions of any kind. Even when Advaitin comes, you are able to understand, yes, I know this is the truth. That firm abiding in the knowledge, whatever type of questions, I know the truth because no one can shake me from that. That is clear, crystal understanding. You know, when there says there's a live wire, says, oh, there is no current in that. Really? Are you sure? I am almost sure, 100.99.99% I am sure there is no current. Otherwise, there may be high voltage current there. Are you going to touch it? Sir, thank you. No doubt anymore. Then only I can operate. So how you can? Mantavyaha, reflecting on the teachings becomes important step. Scripture itself tells. Even after understanding, when I am transacting in the world, still that knowledge is not there. There is a problem. Problem is mind has not been prepared well. So it says, before you enter into scriptures, you have to have the purity of the mind. So all the raga dveshas have to be allowed, zeroed in. Vasanas have to go to zero. And that's not really possible. Thermodynamically also it's not possible. You cannot get, even gold also, you can have 99.9999 in purity. You cannot say 100% purity. It's not possible. Thermodynamically is impossible. Same way, 100% purity is not possible. So, should I wait until I become completely pure before I listen to Vedanta? No. You should listen. If you can sit down for 2 hours or for the whole day for a camp, listen and say. You may not gain completely, but once you have purified the mind enough by Karma Yoga and Bhakti Yoga, if you can sit through the Vedanta class without mind running away through your attachments, you have at least enough purity to listen to Vedanta. Then the rest of the purity comes by listening to Vedanta. So Yoga Arudha, Krishna talks about all these things beautifully. So when I can Yoga Arudha, when I can climb the hearts, then there is no more attempts, I am already climbing. So when I can sit to the Vedanta class without getting perturbation, disturbed and all that, this problem, that problem, whether I turn the stove off or not, sitting here worrying about it. All that worries are gone when you concentrate on this. This alone becomes important, then you have enough purity to continue. Now even after listening, understanding it is because of the remnant raga dveshas are there, which is not, mind is not completely purified. So when I go into the world, these raga dveshas come in again. I like this, I don't like this, and blah blah blah. All that will be coming. I like him, I don't like him, I like all that. So for that, we give the exercise in terms of how one should see the presence of the Lord or presence of yourself. You do not believe it? Self is there in the world. So I am the self in him also. Why? Because same consciousness is reflecting in me and in him also. I don't care for the Ishvara now. Same consciousness is reflecting in that local body, in the local mind and in the local. See, he's a conscious entity, he's moving. I am there in that. If I am there, you think I will go and hit it? Because I am hitting myself, I don't do it. So all negative things automatically goes away. Either I see myself in him, then I cannot but love. I love anything, that's what the scripture says. I love anything because it brings happiness. But I love myself. Why? Because, you don't say because I love myself because. There is no because. I love myself, period. I love anything because it's there, but I love myself is uncaused, because my source is, I am the source of happiness. I love anything because it brings happiness, but I am the source of happiness, therefore I love myself absolutely. Says, how do you know? Panchadasi says, Mana bhuham hi bhuyasam iti prematma nuchyate. Ayam atma paranandaha parama premaspanam yataha. It is parama prema, it is a supreme happiness, supreme love for yourself, because all other loves is only for yourself. But you love yourself because you are very source of paramanandam, supreme happiness. And anything anandam you love. Therefore, I love myself, but if I see myself in him, in everything, I cannot but love. Follow? So compassion, all those things automatically come either with the bhakti or with the knowledge also. So therefore Krishna says very clearly, Yomam pasyati sarvatra sarvancha mai pasyati tasyaham na pranasyami sajamena pranasyati. In the 6th chapter it says, Yomam pasyati, who sees me everywhere. Yomam pasyati sarvatra sarvancha mai pasyati, who sees everything in me only. He is always with me. Because there is no difference between me and him. This sloka comes immediately after Sarva bhutastam atmanam sarva bhutanijam atmani, who sees himself in everyone and everything in himself. He is also like this. So in the bhakti point or jnana point, ultimately it is the same. Therefore Krishna, the Shankara defines a bhakti, says moksha sadhana samadhyam bhakti revagariyasi. Of all the things, moksha, bhakti is the supreme. I thought jnana is supreme, you said. But now bhakti. Then he defines, says, what is bhakti? Saswarupānusandhānam bhaktirit abhidīyate. Swatmanubhava sandhanam bhaktirit abhidīyate. Apare jagahu. I may be mixing a little bit, but essentially one who sees himself in everything, or one who is devoted to himself, or the one who sees swa atmanam, says that which is the self that I am is a self everywhere. That is the real bhakti. Now, Ishvara bhakti has to grow to ultimately the swatma, atma bhakti, Atma say Upasita, the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad talks about this, is the contemplation on your own self. And that self is self in all. And that is to be abiding, and for that I had to study scriptures, mantavyaha. And until I drop this body, I had to constantly remind myself I am that and not this. That stands for pure absolute consciousness, and this stands for the body, mind, intellect. Constantly, whenever I sleep, immediately go back. And the more I do, as Swami Paramatman says, the perturbation from that understanding, the frequency of understanding, of perturbation, and the intensity all slowly goes down, slowly, and slowly I abide in the knowledge itself. So what is the solution to the problem? Solution not this Ajnasya Ashraddhadanasya. I do have to have a complete Shraddha, faith in the teaching that I am, that indeed I am, period. And this, if you know Nisargadatta Maharaj, you know, I am that, if your book is there, those you can read. He was a pan bidiwala, he doesn't, there's nothing much. But his teacher told, you are not this, you are that, Tattvamasi. But he had complete Shraddha on the teacher and contemplating on it, realizing 3 years itself. And the highest teaching came from him. So it's question, lack of Shraddha is our problem. How do I gain lack of Shraddha? Faith in the teaching. How do I get faith in the teaching? Constant listening to it. Yes, I understand, but see, I am that. I had to abide in the knowledge by constantly reflecting on the teaching itself. That's why scripture understands this. Therefore, nididhyasitavyaha. You have to contemplate on this teaching all the time. And to the degree that you can contemplate as you are transacting in the world, because the world is nothing but Brahman. Either you see it as a Ishvara, as you see yourself, as because it's not in the seat of meditation somewhere in the room, it is everywhere. That has to be practiced until it becomes natural. There are no shortcuts here. The other obstacles is Nidra and all that were addressed before. And with this we start the camp because I had to catch a flight, leave by 5 o'clock. So what we stop is after the talk is over, and we will distribute the, if you have not got the envelopes, pick up the envelopes. We will have the Guru Dakshina offer. I don't know where they put box there. Yeah, you can offer it to that, and there is some Yajna Prasad. So those who offer get something in return. But whatever you offer, Yathashakti, depending upon your capacity and how much you are gained from this knowledge. And our tradition is the knowledge, whatever the registration fees only covers the lunches and teas. So our tradition is you have to offer something back for the teaching, for the mission teaching, because not my teaching, it's Gurudev asked me to teach. We wanted another brahmachari in Virginia. He looked at me. Now you start teaching. I said, how can I teach? He says, don't worry, it will come. So it's been coming from him. So whatever is coming from him, you are offering back to him. So whatever you can offer, it's good. There is mission benefit, and the mission is meant for other people to conduct this kind of missions, this kind of studies only. It's meant for Chinmaya mission is only to make knowledge available for that. With that, we'll stop. We'll do Purnamadaha, and then Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. One last notice: if you don't have money, if you don't have checkbook, you can write I owe you Our treasurer is Prakash Soman, is very efficient. As long as you write address, he will make sure that your ownership, the dues are covered, so recovered. Okay.